Hi everybody, I'm Ben. Today we're here to do a HIIT circuit routine. So I'll just run you through some stuff real quick. We're going to have 3 different circuits. Each circuit consists of 3 exercises. I will explain each exercise beforehand, and then as we work through the circuit, I'll continue to keep you updated and make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You're going to need 3 pieces of equipment. Possibly you might need a little bit less. First is a weight of some kind. I have a water bottle here. Next is going to be a bench of some sort. Anything that is knee level or below is fine, and as long as it's not very wide. This one is about hip width. I would not suggest going any wider than that. And then lastly, I have got an exercise ball here. However, you don't necessarily need this. I'll explain to you why you can get away without that one. If you don't have one, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So our first exercise in the first circuit is going to be YTWs. So this is fairly self-explanatory. These are shoulder exercises and back exercises, kind of like the YMCA, if any of you remember that song. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take, I'm doing this with one arm, you're going to do it with both your arms. You're going to make the shape of a Y, putting your hands up here, step back so I'm in frame. So make a nice big Y. If other hands can come up here, you're going to be a Y, and then you're going to move from this position with your hand over your head in a Y shape. You're going to move down to a T, and then from this T position, you're going to move into a W by bending your elbow, keeping your hand up around your head. Now, I'll be doing this on the exercise ball. However, this can be done on the ground. I'll demonstrate both for you. So, on the ground, you'll lay on your... Can you see me there? So you'll lay on your stomach. You'll have your hands out in front of you, making a Y. You'll move them to a T, and then bend that elbow, bring it to a W, and then go back. Y, T, W. Now, 1, Y, T, W is 1. We'll be doing this for about a minute. The next exercise is going to be lateral bench hops. This is one of the exercises we need our bench for. What you're going to do is with one foot firmly planted on the ground, take your other foot, put it on the bench. From here, you're going to use your quads to pop yourself up, put your other foot that's currently on the ground on top of the bench, and take the foot that's currently on the bench and put it on the other side on the ground. We'll just be moving back and forth. If you need to modify this one, we can slow down a little bit. We can speed up. Whatever works best for you. Last in this circuit is going to be seated reverse crunches. So, again with your bench, you'll sit down here on your glutes. You'll sit down, extend your legs, and you're just going to pull your knees straight into your chest. So, similar to a crunch, you're going to be feeling a contraction in your abs, except instead of being on the ground, you've got a little bit more range of motion with your legs out in front of you. All right, let's start our circuit. Now I'm going to use, I showed you how to do it on the ground. I'm going to use this ball. If you want to with YTWs, add weight. It's a great way to make it a little bit harder. So, with your chest on the ball, taking your arms, picking them straight out, making a Y, moving to a T, to a W. Y, T, W. We're going to do this for about a minute here. T, W. Keeping your shoulder blades engaged, good posture, pinched back and down. T, W, Y, T, W. Sticking with it, feeling this in the back of your shoulders. All right, on to our next movement. Our bench hops here. We're going to be doing these for a minute as well. Foot on the bench, moving back and forth. Hands wherever is comfortable for you. Keeping our core engaged and our back straight. Just going to move this here so you can see me from the other angle. Back and forth, back and forth. All right, now on to our next one. It is the sitting reverse crunches. Again, on your glutes, with your feet out in front of you, your hamstrings off the table, pacing ourselves here, pulling our knees to our chest. It's 10 seconds down. 45 seconds to go. Keeping the core tight so we're not using as much as those hip flexors and more of our abdomen. Isolating the movement where we want it to be as opposed to just letting our body hang loose, putting extra tension on those ligaments, which we don't want to be doing. If you want to make this one harder, feel free to add some weight to your feet. It'll definitely do it, but this is pretty hard. 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. Next, circuit. Move this out of the way here. So we've got 3 exercises in this circuit. The first one's going to be a bench press. You have a number of options to increase or decrease difficulty. Regular push-ups from your toes you may find difficult, you might not. I personally am going to be doing these on an incline, so I'll have my hands up here, my feet down here. If you want to make it, if you far surpass regular push-ups, feel free to do it on the decline, so put your feet up on a surface and your hands down on the ground, whatever works best for you. This is just a standard push-up though, with our hands over our chest, feet out behind us, bending at the elbows, coming down until our chest touches and back up. As such. The next one we'll do is the single leg deadlift. With this one, I prefer to do it just body weight. You can add some weight if you'd like it to be a little bit more challenging though. You will stand on one foot, take your other foot off the ground. From this position, you'll take your hands, you'll put them on your thighs, you'll bend at the waist with a slight bend in your knee down here, not locked out, just slightly bent. And you will run your hands slowly, bending at that waist, running your hands slowly down your shins and coming back up. Keeping a nice, neutral spine as we do so, and not slouching, not hyperextending, but nice and neutral. The last exercise that we will be doing in this circuit is the standing oblique crunch. You'll stand with your feet about hip width apart. You can put your hands kind of anywhere, whatever is going to work best for you. I tend to have mine at my chest. You can put them behind your head if you'd like. What we're going to do from this position is, from this standing position, you'll take one of your legs, you'll bring it up, and you'll cross your upper body over, touching your elbow down to that knee, come back down. Cross and touch, come back down. Keeping those abs nice and tight, nice, good posture, and really focusing in all of our movement into our abs and our obliques as we twist. Not as, from this position, you don't want to curve your lower back or upper back as you come down. Keep it nice and straight. Really feeling that pull from your obliques. All right, let's get started. First exercise is push-ups. Going for 1 minute here. Remembering to pace ourselves so that we're not too tired. After this circuit, we're still going to have one more to do. Remembering to keep our shoulder blades down and back in this push-up position. Touching our chest to the ground or whatever surface our hands are on is going to be most optimal. 15 seconds. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Next exercise is that single leg deadlift. Now, again, if you want, we can add some weight. Make this a little bit more challenging. We'll do 1 foot at a time. On that foot, weight, whatever, hands against the thighs, bending at the waist, coming down near those toes, coming back up. Keeping our back nice and neutral here. We're going for a minute on this one. This is working our hamstrings as well as our overall balance. If you find it difficult to keep your balance while making this motion at the top, where your foot's over here, feel free to just set it down, find your balance again, and then move back through the motion. All right, other foot. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in those hamstrings as you come down. Really squeezing those glutes at the top of the range of motion. And squeezing, getting full hip extension. If you happen to have a barbell, I tell you to be careful with those shins. Ooh, excuse my balance. And not rip your skin off, as I know that that is pretty common for people who like to do deadlifts with barbells. All right, the last movement in this set is going to be our standing oblique crunches. Feet about hip width apart. Hands, I have them up by my chest. You can have them up behind your head, wherever is most comfortable for you. Bringing our knee up, touching it to our elbow. Keeping that back straight, feeling the pull from our obliques, not letting our upper back round Keeping our core tight, belly button is pulled to your spine. Keeping that balance. Halfway done. Oh, 10 seconds to go. Should be working up a little bit of a sweat here, getting that heart rate up. Loving the pain a little bit. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last circuit of the day is going to be the most fun. So, our first movement is dips. With dips, we can use either, the bench that we used in our earlier or whatever surface we used for our push-ups. Take our hands, put them on the surface, feet out, extended in front of us. Bending at our elbows, pushing up using our triceps. If you'd like to make this harder, extend your feet out. If you'd like to make it a little easier, bring them in. Whatever is going to get us through the minute here. The next exercise is going to be internal and external calf raises. So with our feet at hip width distance, you're going to take your toes and you're going to point both of them outwards. From this position, you'll do a calf raise, hold, 1, 2, come down. Up, hold, 1, 2, come down. Then with the internal rotation, you're going to take from a neutral position with your feet straight forward. You'll spin on your heels, take your toes, point them in. Working the outsides of our legs here. Hold up on our toes, 1, 2, come down. Hold up on our toes, 1, 2, come down. Last is going to be plank. On our shins here, on our toes, keeping our glutes tight, our quads engaged. This is going to be working our core. If you'd like to modify it, we can get some Spider-Man planks in from this position. Bring those knees up, just shifting back and forth. All right, let's start. We've got a minute of our dips to do here. Feet, whatever distance you want. Pushing through those triceps. Quarter of the way done. Pacing ourselves again. These are not easy movements. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, next exercise is our internal, external calf raises. Feet straight out in front of us, toes are going to point outwards. We'll go up, 1, 2, come down. Up, 1, 2, come down. You can bring your feet a little bit closer together if you're having troubles with your balance. 1, 2, come down. 1, 2, come down. 10 seconds left. Last one. All right, internal. So taking, again, from a neutral position with our toes straight forward, we'll point our toes in, having them just separated a little, coming up, 2, down. Up, 2, down. 10 seconds in. Might be easier if you have something around you that you can hold on to balance to. I have halfway decent balance, so I'm able to get away with this one. I also do this regularly. Last 5 seconds. Last one, 1, 2, and down. All right, our last movement is our plank. So we'll get down on our knees here, taking our arms on our forearms, extending those out in front of us. We'll go into our plank position. We will maintain this position, squeezing those glutes, squeezing our quads, squeezing our abs. We're going to do 2 sets of 30 seconds here. Pushing down through your elbows. 10 seconds to go. Staying tight. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a couple seconds. All right, right back at it. And go. Squeezing those glutes again. Squeezing those quads. Keeping everything nice and tight. Pulling that belly button. Sucking it to your spine. Oh, squeezing, squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Oi. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Have a nice rest of your day.